Season 6 of The Americans starts off in 1987. Mikhail Gorbachev is General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. He's been in power for 2 years, which is long enough to get going with some of his major reforms. And that's very important in the Soviet Union, but it's very important also back in the United States, where Philip and Elizabeth are not necessarily going to have the same feelings about what he's doing back at home. And in that way, the two of them could be on a little bit of a collision course.
This is where we find Elizabeth, season 6, doing it alone. Philip is not in the business anymore. He's booking people's vacations at the travel agency. And Elizabeth is just completely overworked and overstretched and smoking a lot of cigarettes.
It places Elizabeth in this very strange position where she, for the first time, is a little at sea. I think the journey for Philip, to we seem at the beginning of season 6, he thought he was realizing the American dream outside of the spy world. I think he realized the American dream is very hard to fulfill.
We'll see what it's now like for these two characters who've loved each other so much and come so hard to be living separate lives. Spoiler alert, it's not going so well.
When we come back, we're going to see some of the fruition of Elizabeth's desire. And so you'll see Elizabeth and Paige working together and see what's going on there.
You said and did all the right things. There's nothing to worry about.
Thanks.
And Philip's going to be more aligned with Henry.
We actually see Henry happy and healthy, and he's now a hockey player. He's a successful student, and he has friends, and he has girls cheering for him on the stands, so that's good.
It looks like Henry's got a little fan club going. Paige is really growing as a character, and she's taking on so much independence, and she's learning so much about the cause that her mom fights for, and is starting to really admire Elizabeth's work, which I think is cool for them. They're starting to see more of a mother-daughter bonding, which we didn't see in previous seasons. Yeah, she was so determined and brave. She reminded me of you, Mom.
Thank you.
This is something that happens in all families, not all families, but in many families where one parent is more aligned with one kid and one parent more aligned with the other. But the ramifications in a family where people are spying are more severe.
And then we can add to that dynamic with Claudia, who has had such a conflicted and complicated relationship with both Philip and Elizabeth.
Elizabeth and I are teaching Paige about the homeland and about the tools of the trade. It seems to be more relaxed than Claudia's ever been, and there's a hint of the slightest hint of humor and, you know, fun.
But we've got a long road to travel over these 10 episodes with that character as well. Well, everybody's trying to make sense of the changes in the world, and that includes the people back in the USSR and the people here.
We're right in that moment in time where the polarity of the Cold War was going to shift dramatically. The Soviet Union was about to crumble. So it's a time of major transition. It was the last chance to glimpse what was going to be the old Soviet Union.
Nothing's what it seems, and just when we think we have it all figured out, we do not.
And it gets messier by the day.
This final season is tailored for you, and we think you're going to really like it. It's going to be everything you've come to love about The Americans. See you there.